Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun of 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that. All I know, 10 toes, never fold, bang roll, on the go. I swore, I swore, I swore. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I miss my baby, so I hit them on the FaceTime. I need it all for them, so no, I cannot waste time. Facing these oceans, feel the water on my waistline. We trust the process and I only know it takes time. You can get it, got no worries, I'm gon' make mine. Going global, I'ma get it out the state lines. Paying taxes at a more than what you make now. Different bracket, eating off a different plate now. For my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. For my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in.
The market crashed on me, but that's not my last, homie. It ain't over for me. It ain't over for me. The market crashed on me, but that's not my last, homie. Only one logical thing to do. Don't trip, by the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip, by the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip, by the dip. Get my chips and dip. Hot on coins and watch me flip. In and out, I'm stacking pips. Market looking bearish. By the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip. Sour cream and onion dip. Scoop it with some ruffle chips. Sink them like Titanic ship. Bartender, here's a tip. Crypto face is the truth. He can even show you proof. This is market cipher school. Rory made you say, ooh, wish I had one too. Making plays on Tradingview. Waiting on a blue triangle. I just call it Blue's Clue. Portfolio diversified. Keep my balance classified. Scared to look, you terrified. But when you did, you almost died. All good before you went to sleep. Woke up to a surprise. Couldn't believe your eyes. Where the hell did your money go? You like, oh my God, what the fuck happened? Bitcoin dumping in my sleep. Woke up to a market sweep. That's the reason I don't sleep. Keep my eyes on the prize. Bought some Hex and Cardano. Fear of missing out. FOMO, that's a no-no. Yeah, I know, bro, but I still do the shit. I'm just trying to hit a lick, so I think I just might buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip, buy the dip.
Good morning all. Yes sir. Hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good. It's a little late today, couple of minutes, so you guys complaining. Don't worry. All good. Who's messaging me now? Alright. How are your emotions today? Emotions are totally fine. Why? We are all good in the hood here. No different. It's strange, guys. Only small things only happened. I'm not sure. Okay, keep it chill. It's only. Oh, why am I lagging? Uh-oh. I'm fully lagging on my PC. Is this Tradingview or is this my PC? Or is it my mouse? Why is my PC lagging, yo? Okay, it's back. That was super weird. Still lagging. I think it's a browser thing. Let's refresh browser. I can't use this PC. Is my stream lagging or no? Let's see if stream is lagging. Voice, stream. Okay, but I can't use this PC. It's lagging too much. Let's see if it's the mouse. Let me connect. Let me connect by wire. Aha. Maybe we were out of charge. Maybe that now it stopped lagging. Seems to be a mouse issue. Let's see how much charge we got on the mouse. Aha. Man, watch this. This is taking too long, bro. What the hell? Cheap gaming mouse always the issue? Bro, this gaming mouse costs $150. It's not cheap. It's the mouse. It was just out of charge. Mouse was out of charge. To be fair, I haven't charged it in about 2 weeks, so it's not gonna help me not charging it in 2 weeks. What mouse do you use? I use Logitech G2 Pro Super Light. 150? Yeah, G2 Pro Super Light. I got scammed. The price went down now. It's like 100 and it's like 120 now. That sucks, man. I paid 150 at the time. It's like $120 now. Shit, man. At least it's the mouse. It's not my PC. It's okay. It works with wired connection as well. So we'll let it charge while we do this. So let's go ahead and start off with the calendar here. If we're looking at the calendar, we can see that we have today is big day, NFP day. NFP day, a Chinese bank holiday, not going to really affect us, but NFP day today, Powell speaking is going to be really important, guys. Probably a very important speech. The reason being, guys, is that markets are pretty messed up. Trump tariffs are really putting pressure on the markets. We are down 5% in some of the stonks here, indices. I mean, look at the red. Just look at the red here. SPX down. Look at some of these moves down here. We've just really been, moving down here heavy. NASDAQ as well, heavy downside moves. US 30 as well, very heavy downside moves. So we've been having some we've been having some really heavy moves towards the downside because of all of this tariff news, and we're basically confused, not we, but the economy is confused. Are we going to slip into recession if Trump does not lower tariffs? We are definitely going to see some struggling economy in the US, and yeah, I mean, I get Trump's idea. We won't really go into it. It's a bit more complex. for me to go into what Trump had as an idea. But basically what he was trying to aim for is the government have about $2 trillion of missing money. So they have $36 trillion of debt. They need to make up $2 trillion. So his idea was first to cut government spending, which is a good idea, I think, overall. And then long story short, one of his ideas that would bring in, I think, like 500 billion or something, you know, some crazy amount like that. Still, he needs to make more money. And then he was striking deals. And then the second thing is obviously tariffs to bring in money. Now, we can't hate at him introducing tariffs. I think that it is definitely necessary. Europe introduced 10% tariffs on all their imports. The problem is he's gone overboard and he's pushing numbers like 25%, 30%. So that is the problem here. That is a little bit silly. But if we look at Europe, I think US car imports into Europe cost 10% tariffs, whereas right now European cars import to US only cost 2.5%. So it makes sense both countries to at least level the playing field and both charge each other 10%. But we have the problem where he's coming out and he's trying to put 25%. Okay, so this is where the issue is, and this is obviously worrying for manufacturers and etc. etc. So this is where all the conflict is starting, and it is putting pressure on inflation in the US, right? We are seeing pressure on inflation, which inherently here can affect the job market. Because if we see the job market affected, meaning if we see unemployment rate tick up here, it's going to encourage the Fed to reduce interest rates. But if we have an inflationary environment, meaning the tariffs are causing inflation in the country and unemployment is going up as well, they need to then reduce interest rates to be able to help the job market, which will internally cause inflation to go up, and we still end up in the same problem that we basically had during COVID, and you have all that headache happen. So it becomes a bit of a mess, to be honest. It becomes a bit of a mess. So Powell is really gonna have his work due today to basically explain what is going on in terms of, okay, what's the plans if this happens, what's the plans if that happens, etc., etc., right? He's basically gonna make a plan, and it's gonna be a very important speech today, actually, and give some clarity. And you know, a lot of market participants are essentially waiting for that speech to see, okay, what are they going to say and what's going to happen here. So apart from that, that's pretty much, you know, what we have on the menu today. So New York session, need to be extremely careful during New York session today. Let's see what we got going on for London session though. So we start off on daily time frame on GJ. We can see previous daily has successfully closed bearish here, below this support here, respecting this old one here, but we are below a support. Moving into the 4-hour time frame, we are also bearish, closing below support. We have not had a 4-hour pullback for a while. Right now we're working on some form of a pullback. 1 hour is pulling back as well. If we can go see some levels here to the left, we're pretty much clean on 1 hour. I'm sure there'll be a 30 or 15-minute level here. There we go. There's your 15-minute level. So let's mark this 15. Let's mark, I mean, that was a 30. Is the 15 the same? Hopefully it is. It is the same, so nothing to worry about there. To pull my wire a bit to give myself some more wire. All right, so that's the same. Let's go and mark it to there. And yeah, we have a 15 here. We need to mark this as well. So it's our 15-minute support. We're going to check the 1 hour as well, and the 30-minute, of course. All right, so 30-minute here, same. 1 hour, same. So all same, at least not cascading, definitely helps. So I feel with full bearish bias today, we could get setup twos because we've not really tapped the support here. We've get below key level here. We just need to close back inside the range here. We could look for a setup 2 sell setup, especially breaking 5-minute structure here would make sense for sells. 1 hour does look like it wants to close. It would be good if the 1 hour doesn't close back inside of this support here. it would look a lot more confidence inducing for the sells. So we're going to see how that forms, but I think pretty straightforward plan. I mean, you could get it straight on the Frankfurt Open here, 1 hour close below, etc. And we can see what ends up happening. Buys, I'm not ready for buys though, because we don't have bias on our side. Counter, bias, buys, we can see with maybe if this pushes down, fails, and then we get back above, we can consider that as kind of like a relief bounce. And maybe we see a relief bounce during a London session here, and then we take it from there, right? We take it from there and then basically see, you know, how to deal with that, right? So you think, what do you think about 4 hour support 554? Yeah, 554. You know, by the time you get there and this 4 hour crossing through, it's not going to be a problem at all. You know, you've crossed through it already. If we wanted to react off it, we would react off it right now. But I'm not going to be selling in from here to here anyways. That's not going to be a selling zone. So by the time you're there, if it ends up rejecting it, you're okay. But again, like yesterday, you can't consider every single support, right? It's just going to drive you crazy. So moving on to gold here on the other hand, I'll just clear some of these drawings. Let's start off on daily time frame here. So previous daily still closing bearish here. We respected daily support, which is interesting actually that we didn't close below daily support, but we are closing bearish but still respecting daily support. So we're gonna mark that daily support. Second thing here is going to be the 4 hour. So looking at 4 hour, we have a resistance right where daily support is. Put that there. /4R. This previous one, we can just keep that there. It seems like it's reacting still. So 4 hour bearish, it is bearish bias as well on gold today. 1 hour time frame pulling back like GJ. We have a 1 hour support right here as well. $30 is lower. I think this will be cascading, won't it? 15 will be lower than this. Actually, no. Ooh, 15 looks pretty choppy here, actually. 30 looks clean, but 15 looks choppy. So we need to see, obviously, bias is for sells here, but we're seeing some pretty big higher-low structure form at the moment. Gold could be inconsistent ahead of NFP and Powell speaking. Sell ideas like GJ are going to make sense. Maybe below this support to get to here, you need a pretty good close though. You need a nice close actually. From here to get to here, it's about 27. It is enough range to trade, but we need to see first this candle close bullish. 7 minutes, you never know, it could flip, but if it does close bullish, it will create a support to sell. That on top of a 30-minute candle closing bearish will give you a setup too. We can sell back down to the 1 hour support and see what happens. And then take it from there, of course, right? So that would be one plan for basically gold here. Now looking at DAX on the other hand. Now buys on gold, I'm not ready yet. Probably not until we break back into the 4 hour range, especially with bias. Now DAX here, of course, still also pushing down on DAX. Let's see how the daily has ended up now. Daily in a very big LTA zone here on DAX. 4 hour time frame closing bearish as well, so full bearish bias. We have basically tapped this previous 4 hour support down here. That has become a target that we've tapped. There's a small one below it as well. I do feel like we want to be a little bit conservative and mark that as well. We're at 4 hour resistance right now. So bias is bearish here. 1 hour time frame, we haven't formed any supports yet. 30-minute, we have a support down there. 15-minute, we have the same support. The breakout trade, you need pretty tight close, huh? We have range, but you need a pretty tight close. You know, 17. Now the other thing we have here, 1 hour, trying to close above potentially. 30-minute. Where would I be inclined to sell? Bias, bearish. I mean, bearish, bias, not bias, bearish. Below here makes sense, but we have that 5 to worry about. What is this? This should be close to the 15-minute wick. Then we have this 15-minute to worry about. Let's see how price action forms. I feel like we could try push through those levels as long as we're not at those levels. So I need to see how it closes there. But initially, you know, sell plan is there. We might do something like yesterday where we fake out from higher in the range. That will also give us opportunity to look for sells if we try to fake out higher in the range. And then we take it from there. I feel is going to be the best scenario here. Instead of trying to force something and then end up getting cooked on that. You know, trying to just randomly sell. So we're just going to let price action form here and see what we get. You know, we could get something as simple as this candle closing bullish, next one closing below. That's going to be a sell opportunity as well. So that's the analysis for today. Bearish bias on everything, DAX, gold, and GJ. So we're going to see how price action forms. We're going to take it from there. Appreciate you guys showing up to the analysis. There's 200 of us in here. And yeah, I appreciate you all showing up. Know a little bit less people pretty much get a bit demotivated when you're trading a little bit slower. But I appreciate everyone showing up. Let's get the likes up to at least 100 likes. I would appreciate that. Show me you guys are active. And let's go. Let's get into it. Oh shit. Where is this Logitech? Logitech, there it is. See if we can connect my G Hub and get back to wireless. See if this works now. Active, yes sir. Learned a lot from your trades, man. I appreciate that. Sure you would. Bro, this Logitech thing won't launch, bro. I guess we'll never know. Aha. End task. Aha. End task. There we go. Now it looks like it's fully closed. Let's try now. Come on. You don't use Apple mouse? Come on, bro. What is Apple mouse, bro? How are you gonna play games using an Apple mouse? I need to restart PC probably. What's your overall analysis on gold? I was seeing it make a low and go back down. Yes, potentially the same. Imagine Apple mouse charged right now, charging port right below. Yeah, that would suck actually. Would you be at the charge during NY today, it being Friday and the speech? It's just you can be at the charts. Obviously, you're not going to trade during NFP. You want to be trading after, but then the market might just be a lot of BS, especially if NFP moves heavy. You're going to see a lot of BS during that time. Okay, this shit's not loading, but this charges pretty fast, this mouse, so I think we should be able to be wireless pretty soon. Are you gonna watch the Japan GP this Sunday? Maybe, yes. If I'm free at the time, I will. So yeah, like if this was to close below here, it would make sense for sells. Counter bias buys today. Would we see a bounce? We have basically tapped this 4-hour zone basically, so it is possible. It is possible. But we'd need to see more information. Probably at least back above the 15-minute. I would prefer to reject the 15-minute. And that's how, and then get back above. Otherwise, I'm calling fake out like yesterday. Fake out like yesterday makes sense. Which chart for gold? Mine looks completely different. Yeah, I'm using a Wanda for gold. It's amazing how much the charts brokers can vary. Yeah, 100%, man. They're just messed up because of Tradingview code actually. We have some of those problems with Pip Labs. I know what's happening. But they're such a big company, they don't just fix stuff, you know, like randomly. Harry, can you give some insight marking up levels that are behind LTAs because there's so many? How do you decide which one to consider? That's why I encourage people to send me their markups, right? And if they have questions about their markups, that's why in the group I make people do the London plans and feedback. So whenever someone has a question about this, this is a good drill to do yourself. I'm very happy to see this. I do look at this over my own time, just skim through it really to see if, you know, things look good. But realistically, when you post this here, you need to be asking me, like, for example, this here, I think maybe, let's see, this is on gold. Like this 30-minute resistance here, I don't have it marked. So this is showing me that he has a question that he should be asking me. He has a question that he should be asking me. And this is actually wrong. So this is where, if you have a different line from me, you need to be asking questions. So that 30-minute resistance there, it's a wrong line. So yes, most of it is correct, but except for one line here. One line is wrong, which is going to be that 30-minute, because it's not relevant, that 30-minute, right? So it's very important that people, if you have different lines from me and you're posting plans, ask the question. Ask the question. Thomas, are you in the Zoom now? Let's see if he's in the Zoom. Maybe that's why he's not. So we'll just reply to him. Oh, I'm in caps. Let's see if this is enough charge now. Why is 30-minute invalid? It's been crossed through. It's been crossed through 2 times. So mainly the rule is about how many times it's crossed. So if it's been crossed through more than once, I really stop considering it too much there. Unless it's been wicked at multiple times and it's showing me it's still a relevant resistance, right? If it's showing me it's still relevant resistance, I'll keep it. But there has to be price showing me that. Let's see if the mouse is working now. Hopefully that's enough charge. Aha, no more lag. By cross through, you mean disrespect? No, like candle closing, right? Candles closing. Mouse grab liquidity, yeah, it's fully juiced up now. Is that the free Discord or exclusive only? That's exclusive. I'm not gonna do that for free. That takes time. And just like you get paid to even sweep the streets, your time gets paid for. Can I send you markup in general chat for free Discord? No. I don't look at those. I just simply don't have time to look at those. I'll answer general questions when I get time. And that's why I have stream. Like, I think you guys get a lot from stream as well. But there has to be, I have to draw a line. I know it sounds a little bit strict, but I have to draw a line. I have to draw a line, otherwise it gets out of hand, you know? People, you give someone a hand, they take an arm, you know? Freeloaders. Yeah, sometimes people want too much for free, and you have to just draw a line, otherwise you get taken advantage of, you know? Like, it would just be uncontrollable for me, unfair to people who is allocated time. Because imagine you have people who you need to give time, you know, then you're not giving them the time they deserve because you're trying to allocate it to others. It's just like, you know, that's how it is. xauusd is already a bargain compared to some of the other tits I've seen in sunglasses charging $350 a month. $350 a month is nuts. You were worth that though. I won't be able to afford it though. Yeah, I make this as affordable as possible. I understand, bro, your time experience is worth a lot. No worries, of course. I mean, that's why I'm actually here to, you know, I answer questions on stream, help as much as I can. I post weekly YouTube videos. Those YouTube videos explain the fundamentals, you know, very in depth. So it's definitely good value for you. Have to mark up fresh chart every day, even the 4-hour daily levels change a relative importance. Indeed. Setup 5 or setup 2 is fine. Setup 2 is fine on GJ, but where the setup 2 is going to close is going to be important, right? You need it to close back outside the range. If it closes here, it's not going to be valid. I mean, it might play out, but it's not valid for me because we've closed back inside the range. This can end up, you know, forming support and just continue up. On gold, 1 hour valid. Yeah, it was, yeah, it's crossed through twice, exactly. It would be relevant like before the hour closed, yes. Before the hour closed, it was relevant, but after the hour closed, no. So maybe the next 15-minute candle we can get closing below. I do want to see this 5-minute higher low structure has to change. You see how we have this higher low structure? If you're taking a sell with this higher low structure, it's not going to be very smart to sell right here. So you kind of want to see that happen. Why sometimes the lines draw squiggly? Look at this. Bro, why is it drawing like that? My mouse is going completely straight. Okay, now it's working. So smooth on the... This looks like a boom, and you know those... a lot of Africans trade the boom and bust. What are they called? Boom 100, boom. It looks... That's how these chart looks. They move up like this, and then they go down. Boom and crash, yes. I can't do wireless mouse. It can quit at the most critical times. You just need a good wireless mouse. This I haven't charged for 2 weeks, and when it was about to quit, it still works. It just starts to give you warning signs. And the reason it normally tells you when it's low, like right now, it probably charged 50% battery in 30 minutes. So it's really good. And then that will last, you know. DAX points jumping. Let's have a look what's going on DAX. No, my DAX is stable. It's going down actually. 40 to 50. 40, 50. 40, 50. Few $1,000 mouse? No, 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 no. Not few $1,000 mouse. Damn, you don't need to spend that much on a mouse. No, these mouses, they're like 150, 150. I paid 150. Now they're about 120. They're about 120. It's worth it. What mouse is that? Super light? Yes, super light. Super light 2. Respecting the 15-minute resistance for now. Yeah, your broker is cooked. Your broker is cooked. I don't know what's going on with that. Sell below here, 15-minute would be good in DAX. Yeah, if we get the 15-minute close below, right? We would want it below the support here. What's this line I drew here? This is a 4-hour, okay. We can clone this like this. Would you say gold is mixed bias? Don't shout, don't shout. Coming from 4-hour. Well, no, 4-hour closed bearish and we didn't tap any 4-hour support. Daily is respecting support for now, but it's hard to say it's fully mixed. It's hard to say. It's also, it looks shit with the higher lows to look for sells. So 4-hour support just under that 15. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, it's right. Yeah, we have it. No, there's no 4-hour support just under that 15. We have the 4-hour resistance here. I'm planning to sell this 15 here. This one here. When is the CS stream? I need to figure out how to stream it. And when. When should we do CS stream? I think there's like game capture. I think I can do like a game capture. Just use OBS. Yeah, but I have my stream settings already set up for the Forex stream, you know? So I have all the things set up. Yeah. For the OBS, it's fine. I'm talking about the YouTube setup because I don't want to lose all these settings I have. I'll probably just stream it with the same title, live Forex trading. People are gonna click it and find me playing CS. I'm probably just gonna do that for sure. We want to see you rage. I get pretty pissed in that game. I'm quite you know, tamed when I trade. I'm pretty I'm pretty easy when I trade, very calm, very professional, but when I'm playing CS, I get pretty I lose my mind, man. People just do not have common sense, bro. They do not have common sense. I just don't understand why they do not listen to simple instructions and don't have common sense. It's not rocket science. No common sense. It's easy to get pissed in CS because every player is a monkey that was dropped by their parents as a little chimp. I know. As long as you don't touch League of Legends, you won't truly lose your mind. Really, I feel like it's just like a game cult. The problem is I don't play enough to get... I don't play enough to get back to the top rank, level 10 anymore. GJ 9 minutes. See how it forms during that 9 minutes. Also will be the 30-minute close. Do you get road rage? No, I don't get road rage. I just try to stay calm as possible at all times, you know. There's no point. There's no point. If someone does something stupid on the road, I'll hold my horn down for like a good 5-6 seconds, and that's about it. And give a few flashes. No top wick or DAX could be potential buys, break of high. We've been super bearish. Yesterday we attempted buys, it failed. This looks very similar price action coming towards a high. So we would want to see basically this 15 close bearish, next one close above would give you more confidence. But yeah, this would be the same setup as yesterday, a 5-minute close above here. But counter bias, we are in full bearish bias, previous daily strong bearish. Previous 4 hour as well, strong bearish. So this would be a counter bias trade. But we have dipped into this 4 hour zone, so it's not completely nuts. But you know, with how my week is at the moment, it's not really going to be a smart idea for me to suddenly now go take a counter bias trade, you know, which is already deemed a little bit riskier. Support and resistance doesn't work. No, it doesn't work. Support and resistance. I agree with that. But horizontal lines are very accurate, right? But if you're just trading, trying to look for bounce above support, bounce above resistance, then yeah, it probably will not work. But marking support and resistance, very strong, very strong. But that's why I just don't trade random support and resistance, but I use support and resistance lines in my trading because they're very accurate. Because if you're not going to mark support and resistance, what are you going to mark? Supply and demand, liquidity, those are all forms of resistances, just marked different. Yesterday, one tiny candle has 50 pips. Tradingview issue, it seems so rare for me. No, just heavy volume. What's Alexi sending me? A picture of a bird. Thank you very much, Alexi. This has made my day. Why did you not mark the previous support? Because I see it visually. I see it visually. We can put it on here so it makes you guys comfortable. Probably buys above there would also make sense if the sells don't come through. I get a massive advantage from support and resistance. It's not the only thing, but mark it properly and watch how many times price respects. Exactly. This is what I'm saying, but he's just trying to hate, so I'm trying to entertain him. Of course, I trade with support and resistance levels. It's the whole basis of my trading. Alexi also made your day with that bird? Yes. He made everyone happy. That's a government drone, be careful. Government drone. Maybe that's why he sent. Maybe it is a government drone. 800% zoom. It's the carpet of flowers? Oh, you're sending the flowers. Yeah. They're not bad. Hopefully this is the color I'm going to be seeing on my MetaTrader soon. That's exactly what I would like to see. This color on my MetaTrader would be ideal. MT5 blue, yeah, that's the number plate too. $30 looks interesting on DAX. Yeah, 15 might be interesting in 4 minutes if we can close at least below this resistance. 30 will need to flip bullish. Where's MK? He's hanging around. He spoke yesterday. Let's see if he's here. Let's see if he's here today. MK. No, he's not here today. He was there yesterday. When does Australian time zone shift? Calendar. Tomorrow. So what time will London Open be for you guys in Australia and New Zealand? Sunday changes to 3:30 in Melbourne. Very nice. Pretty chill time. I look a bit happier than yesterday. I'm happy every day. Sometimes, man, no, that's a lie. That's a lie. I'm not happy every day. That's for sure. You can't be happy every day. I'm grateful every day. That's the difference. Is Tradesharpe the only person on the internet teaching real price action trading? It's certainly a debate in my opinion. I'm probably not the only one teaching real price action trading, but I'm one of the very few who has shown up every single day, well, mostly every single day, showing my trades live from entry exit TP and showing you consistent trading without adjusting risk to reward to have a false win rate. I could easily show up here, keep taking 10 pips in profit, 3 pips in profit, just to build a high win rate. It looks good on paper, but not in P&L. I think if they did a survey to discontinue daylight saving times, everyone would select yes. What do we think, guys? I definitely think. Now, here's the big debate. I think they should keep the earlier time. I think they should keep the earlier time, this time here. Oh, Manning rather have it. Interesting. So he rather have it. Interesting. I wonder then. I wonder. These are sick burns, Harry, and everyone should know who you're talking about. No, I'm not talking about anyone else. I know there's traders out there that trade with a negative risk to reward strategy, and they just need to have high consistency, right? Those can be very dangerous long term, which have been proven, but doesn't mean that you're a bad trader. You can definitely make money with negative risk to reward. I'm saying that I also sometimes close my trade negative risk to reward, but what I'm saying is I don't falsify. There's like a lot of people out there who just to call it a win will close half in 10 pips in profit, right? Like every time just to call it a win, you know what I mean? It's just something normal that happens. Sun's up at 4:15 a.m. in the summer without it? Yes, sir. That's what we want, brother. Sun's up 4:15 a.m. Full ready for action. 4:15 full action. No excuses. That's what we want. What's the use of daylight savings? It was initially made for farmers, so they had more time, an hour extra, because it would get darker. Winter time and summertime. Summer would normally be brighter for longer, but you know, sun would be up for a bit longer. Don't you think you could take smaller trades more frequently and make more money overall? Depends. It depends, because in blanket statement it's easy to say that, and it would be another method. But then what happens if in those smaller trades you start finding an inconsistent patch? How does that affect your overall process and affect your outcomes? Because a lot of trading is going to be your own decision making and how it affects your outcome. Meaning, if you take 2-3 losses in a row, what ends up happening is that you start to lose what? You lose confidence. Once you lose confidence, you lose execution. And then after that, you just, you end up failing. The other thing with consideration about small trades is that we have something called commissions and charges. Yes, in futures you don't have, but the frequency of small trades, meaning if you're looking to take 20-30 small trades a day, 10 small trades a day, I think it's extremely unhealthy long term, and I have rarely seen it work for most traders. The best is I see maybe 2 or 3 small trades during a session, but anything after that, I really don't see that working long term, you know. Market is boring. Yeah, we got pretty messed up yesterday, man. I mean, it's waiting for this Mr. Powell to speak today. He really needs to say what the hell's going to happen with the US economy. But commissions are based on position size. But what I mean is if you keep hitting break even on the smaller positions, taking a lot, it will start to reduce profitability. I'd recommend you test it yourself. You'll see what I mean. It's very hard to explain. I've been through that stage. I used to trade 1 minute time frame specifically, look for multiple scalps during a day, try to catch 2-3 pips, 4 or 5 pips, and have like a 10 pip stop loss average. And it just didn't work. It didn't work, and I was losing my mind. I would have some amazing days, especially when price was trending on the 1 minute. If price was trending on the 1 minute, pretty straightforward. But sometimes it can be a mess. You get these quick liquidity grabs, you get these quick stop outs, and you know, you reverse your progress like this, you know? And it gives me the opportunity to be undisciplined. And it feels a bit more gambly. Like, I always imagined myself, I said, would I trade $1 million like this? And quickly the answer was no. Yes, it make money on a small account. It felt fun, but it's not a strategy or something consistent that you can trust $1 million on that. All right, we have DAX pushing down here. Let's see what 5 minute is saying here. This 5 minute closes in 1 minute here. I don't know if it's enough. Let's see. No top wick here has an issue for me. I need to play it with probabilities, so this could flip here at any time. It's also a 30-minute candle. Let's see, 10 minutes, we could have some nice closures. GJ could close. DAX could also close. Right, if we could, hopefully we can go up, create some structure. Can chill out for about 10 minutes, 2 5-minute candles. Next 5 minute close bullish, next one close bearish below. That will give the 15-minute candle closing below. You'll have some sort of sell. If you don't allow your RR to hit TP all the time, you allow your RR to hit SL all the time, it will negatively affect your overall profitability. Not always, because if you have a super high win rate, then you can accept more negative risk reward. That is true. But really, I hate the word risk reward. I hate it. I think what you need to focus on is what does the market give you on that day? Focus on structure. So I'm trading the market. I'm not trading my risk to reward. I'm looking for opportunities to optimize to risk to reward because I don't want to be taking stupid trades, right? But if the market is going to give me and reject off a specific zone that I know is a probability and that's happening, I'll accept negative risk to reward. Five-minute looks like it's doing the business. Oh, 5 minute didn't close below the 15. Interesting, interesting. My strategy is 85% win rate, but 0.3 RR. I'm still profitable. What do you think? How many trades, bro? How many trades? Or how many months have you been trading like that? And I would like to reiterate, it should be how many years actually, not months. But, you know, I can't really tell you of that. So there are times you risk 1%, but you set your target less than 1%. I didn't know that. Yes, if that happens. 3 months? Yeah, man, it's not enough 3 months, unfortunately. You're not going to know enough information from there, but there's definitely an edge. I feel like you'll have to improve your risk to reward to be long-term consistent. You know, that's just what I've seen from my experience, but 3 months ain't going to prove anything. 3 to 5 trades a week, I love that. That is perfect. And I'm saying, if anything, you have an edge, right? 3 to 5 trades is amazing. It's disciplined. It sounds great. It's okay, negative risk reward, but check P&L, right? P&L might be slow. So out of those 3 to 5 trades a week, how much are you making? Because if I take three wins a week, I'm making like, on average, probably like 2.8%, 3%, 1% each a trade, if not more sometimes, depending on the month. If you got some insane entry with 3 pip SL and 15 or 20 pip profit, you can get 1 to 5 RR. Yeah, but the markets don't work like that, man. I always use this example and I'm going to make it very quickly, and you're lucky you guys are getting this. I normally only explain this to exclusive, but I'm going to explain it in basic terms. If you have normal distribution and you have average shoe size as 35, right? You putting a small stop loss is like putting your stop loss right here, meaning that the next person to come along is going to have a high chance of hitting your stop loss. And if you have a wide TP, it's like trying to hit someone with a shoe size of 50. So you're saying, I'm going to take a gamble and say that in this period of time, it's going to be a very low chance that someone comes in with a shoe size of 35, 34, okay? And a very high chance someone comes in with a shoe size of 50. Does that make sense? So imagine you had 100 people, and that's an equivalent of 100 trades walking through a door, okay? Imagine you had 100 people walking through a door. If someone walks in through that door with a shoe size of 35, you lose your shop, right? You get stop loss hit. So it's a high chance that out of 100 people, you're going to have a lot of people who walk in with that shoe size of 35. So the chance of hitting stop loss is very high. And maybe even after that 100 trades, there's no one who walks in with 50. Yes, I understand. You know, so you really have to have a very strong edge here. And I really don't think the markets are optimized for high risk to reward always, you know? You need to find a balance. It's not, I don't know. I don't speak, you know. I doubt YouTube got that. Yeah, I mean, the example we explained the other day in the exclusive group was much more in depth. You know, we explained it more in depth. The conversation the other day we had in the exclusive group. That's a simple version. because in the conversation we had the other day, which is important, which I want you guys to differentiate and understand. Just to recap what we talked about the other day, we also talk about how it works on both sides, right? How we have a very big stop loss and how that affects instead of having a small stop loss. That's bell curve distribution? Yes. Normal distribution it's called. Also, bro, I've never taken 2 losses in a row, no break evens. Yes, because you have a very small risk, very small target, very big stop loss. So it's going to increase win rate. But the time you hit stop loss, it's going to reduce one. So you need definitely more data, man. 3 months is really not enough, I promise. Give me a second. I'm going to go to the toilet, come back. Come on, Harry. Shit has some volume. Damn, bro. Slowly. Trying to cook on chess while we wait. Chess is a good game, man. Now you can charge 350? Yeah, you said, man. Some guy with sunglasses. Here we go. DJ rejecting that support? Yeah, we still have 1 minute. Stops are pretty big though. It's actually negative 35 for 28, so we need to run a smaller stop. We could run it above this high here, but we need something closing below here minimum. I don't like the price action overall though. Feels sketch. Sometimes you have this intuitive feeling. DAX also rejecting the support. I think DAX is going to be safer below the 5-minute support at this point. Yeah, that would be my plan on DAX. I only learned to play chess from being locked up 4 years. Damn, were you actually locked up for 4 years? There's a story behind that. The trading community could be freaking great, but it's ruined by social media influencers, gifters. Meanwhile, Harry is here giving real shift with no reward. Now, I appreciate that. I feel like I have a reward. We have a very good community, very strong community. Every day I can show up and people show up and make an environment for me to trade in. My time is paid for. I've been able to build a brand, sell a product. I have a backtesting software now. I think it's definitely paid for. Of course, it's not compensated the same way these influencers get, but that's not really been my motto and my push forward here. Harry even made German friends. Yes. We have German friends, we have French friends, we have every single country. Africa, we have Europe, we have Africa, we have Asia, we have Australia, New Zealand. Colombia, that's sick, man. Covered. Let's not forget the Dutch. Yeah, I said Europe because we have people everywhere. Double Dutch. We have 3 Dutch. India, bro, come on. I said Asia. Double Dutch. We have 3 actually, triple Dutch. We have 4 Dutch. We have you. We have Zus. And I'm not going to pronounce his name the Dutch way, but Martin as well. There's another guy as well. Is he Dutch? Ah, then it is more. Three Germans, I think 2. No, 3. Yeah, 3. Any other South Africans? Yes, we do have. I think we have 3, 4 maybe South Africans. At the very least 3. Oh, then we have more. Then we have more Germans. 2 or 3 Scots, definitely. No one from Estonia. Yeah, Ents is by himself. Any Kenyan? Maybe. Albania. Let's go, bro. But he lives in Canada, so he's fake. We have to give him the Albanian. Any British in the exclusive? Of course we have the Brits, man. Of course we have the Brits. My home country, of course. Can't you hear them? Kenya, Moses from Wellfit. Let's go. Someone from my gym is even in here. We have everyone. Any Arabs here? Yes, we have Kuwait. We have UAE, local as well. Yeah, we're pretty multinational, man. Anyone else from Philippines? Yes, I think we have one more. John lives in Philippines though. John lives in, but he's not Filipino. Estonia? Yes, we have Estonia. Bro, Ents, go to YouTube chat. He's already there before me, bro. Before me, he's already there. Sri Lanka, of course. Persia. Ooh, do we have any Iranians? That's actually, that we need to check. Nice to see every country represented. It's cool. Indonesia. Oh shit. Slip off my chair. Almost messed myself up. Romania. Yes, we do have Romania. Not much Latin America traders. I think it's the timing. It's the timing, right? We're in London session, so it's a bit late. Pakistan, of course. India, Pakistan, we got that. Moldova, cool, but live in Germany. Okay. Zimbabwe here, living in Australia. Very good, very good. Hungary, nice, man. What DAX level are you watching? This support right here. If we can close below this support right here, potential for sells with bearish bias. We just need to be careful, of course, this resistance here that I marked, this coming from a 15-minute here. Might want to react off that. 30-minute looking pretty strong bearish at the moment, but we need the close below here because this is a support. I really don't want to sell into that. So we'll see. It could close here in about 2 minutes. I'm the only one locked in overnight Latin America. Yeah, respect. There is a few. I have seen a few just based on the names. GU melting. I haven't looked at GU. Let's see what Steven has done here. What's the work he's done? Oh, wow. That is clean, Steven. That is. Did you take that? That looks very clean. Structure on 15, then close below. That looks great. Good work, man. Good work. 4-hour grab liquidity. Setup 1. Gave fake out top of range as well. Yeah, you're true. That is right. That is right. There was a fake out as well. Yeah, that's full confirmation trade. Full clean range. Finland living in Spain. Good to see you, Finn. Hope you're well, man. Canada. Yeah, we do have quite a few Canadians. I marked our same as Stefan but didn't take it. Oh, why not? What made you hesitate is what I'm interested in. Let's see, DAX here closing in about 1 minute 17. I don't like the size of stop loss, but sometimes we just have to work with what we got. 34 points. We do have the range, we know we do have till here 50 points, so I'm not worried about if it gets moving. Because 15 didn't close below. Oh, maybe for him it looked like Miss Entry was making coffee. Expensive coffee. Yeah, still said it, man. How you type that fast? You're British living in China. That's really interesting, man. That's very interesting. We'll be back in exclusive soon. You're more than welcome. Ah, look at this, man. It's pushing through. So stop loss. We have room, but stop loss is scary because we're starting to reduce our risk to reward, which has been a problem with the recent market. 42 points. Can we run 42 points? Let's just see how the top wick forms. The deeper the top wick, the more we can maybe entertain this. We need a pretty damn deep top wick to entertain this, because if I'm looking at logical stops here, you can trade this negative risk to reward, but I'm really not looking for it. Logical stops are like, you know, 46 here. 1 minute stops, you actually can't run 1 minute stops. We don't have, this is only one 1 minute candle, right? It's not even a resistance. This is the last resistance. This doesn't really count here. Yes, it's aggressive, but you have to expect absolutely no pullbacks, right? So you're basically going to expect for it to push through this little support here that we have. So in that, getting stuck right at 4 hour. Which 4 hour do you have? Oh, this yellow line here. This previous one. True as well. Right before London Open, it's dodgy. It is scary. Unless we do what we did on US 30. You guys remember US 30 trade? You know, we brave it US 30 style. I think with 3-4 minutes here, what would be perfect is if we could get this candle closing a thunderstorm, London Open liquidity grab. As it flips, we have a sell stop ready for the flip of London Open, or just be ready on the button. Once we're ready on the button, boom, sell is there. Because at that time, we'll have the 30-minute close below as well. We'll have the 15-minute new candle closing below. And we'd have the 1 hour candle closing bearish. So realistically there, we have so much confirmation. We have so much confirmation because we have 15 closing bearish, 1 hour closing bearish, 30 closing bearish, 5 closing. 5 actually won't close bearish at that time if it's a thunderstorm, but it's an actual extra setup. What would you rate this setup? If the one that I said happens in London Open, I rate that pretty... would you go sell stop? Depends how fast it happens. So I'll have my lot size predetermined like 1 minute before, 30 seconds before. And if I have time to place a sell stop, I will. If not, I'll just have to market execute. So basically, I'm going to put in a lot size to account for like a 40 pip stop. Okay? Yeah, I'm just going to account for a random 40 pip stop. Because I know if it's going to go any more than that, I'm not going to take it anyways. You know, if it happens fast, if I get the time to put a sell stop, then it will be more accurate. Oh man, this looks very juicy. Beautiful top wick here as well. 2 minutes from the open. I think it's too risky for me, especially with the way the week has gone, to try push this last 2 minutes here. So I have to stay out. And I would really do that even with a good week, to be honest. I don't know. There hasn't been a time when I've entered 2 minutes before the open. It's always after open if we're this close, you know. I just see it as a real... If you're in drawdown before the open, you're basically cooked. So you needed to push down in this last 1 minute 30 seconds. If this was like 10-15 minutes before the open, this would be sick. I would be in this for sure. For sure. But you can see some inconsistencies before the open now. So I'll be very interested last 1 minute to flip bullish back in the range. I have seen that before. Then London does a liquidity grab up. Anything leaving this low potentially gives the move here. Let's see this last 1 minute back in the range. I should trade that, right? Because it's happening. Sometimes I say stuff and it happens. And then I think to myself, if I can call that out, why can't I trade that? But it's just like, it's not, you don't have enough information to do that, you know? It's like, it's a possibility. It becomes complicated. Sell still valid? It is. But we need that liquidity grab to the top. So let's see how it opens here. That's the only way we can get in right now, is that London Open opening quite heavily towards the upside. So you need like London Open push up. As it flips, you take break of low. Stop loss would be wherever that wick is. Because if it re-breaks its own high after the London Open push, very high chance it doesn't actually work out. Last 6 seconds pushing down. It's still valid. It's still valid. But we really need a big top wick. Ah, it's pushed down right off the open. That's unlucky. So it's not really the way that I wanted it to form here. So it's going to be hard for me to enter on the reflip. I would need this to close bullish. Next one close below. We still have range. 30 minutes still has quite a bit of range. 1 hour still has quite a bit of range. It's not over yet. So if this can actually do the retest, form a support here, and we get below, it will be valid. It will be valid. Pretty light open. Yeah, pretty boring actually. I really wanted that deep liquidity. I was pretty excited for it. Deep liquidity up, and then we get the move down. Look at GJ. GJ closed below this 15. Why didn't I take this? Where did I mark that 15? Was that a wrong markup or what? No, it didn't close below. Where did I take that from? Maybe it was an old 15. Why are you wearing shades? Oh yeah, I still have that on. Was it 4 hour support? There's a reason I didn't take this, and I don't know why. Because now I'm looking back at it, it feels a little bit silly. And I think maybe my markup was maybe wrong here. 2 big stops. There was this 30-minute here. I need to go 15-minute. I took it Harry win for me. Yes, I'm trying to see. Yeah, I wanted the 5. Yeah, that's why I moved it down here when this 5-minute structure was made. I wanted the 5-minute break of structure. Yeah, okay. Makes sense now. Makes sense. I took GG and TP hit. Yeah, it wasn't really optimized for risk to reward, but it looks like it has some good volume in her. London also pushing down on gold here. How's DAX doing? Are we getting some relief? Oh, no. DAX was a 1-to-1 too. You took DAX as well. $41, break even in 17. You definitely got risk reward, but it's a bit tough. This was nice though. I wish this was not 2 minutes before the open. Like, it looks so easy now, right? It looks so easy before the open. The open is tough, man, when it's right before the open. I didn't take it, a bit annoyed with the open. Yeah, I think it's, but long term, it's very good to maintain like that during the open. You know? Like, really, the open, we know what the open can do. You can be easily stopped out here on open, especially when we're hanging around here. You know? London open at 11 again? It is, it is. Took GJ with 1-to-1. Yeah, a lot of you guys took GJ, kept quiet about it. Stops above 5-minute body. Yeah, I feel it's too risky for me, that stuff. But I did put my markup here. If my line was based on this range, this is valid. This is valid based on this range. Except for, obviously, my stop loss would be 35, target would be 29, so I'd still be holding, trying to get the 1-to-1. If not, I would just secure and just be happy with 35 pips away from TP. I wouldn't complain about it, but not something I plan for just yet. When did that break it? So I would have been triggered here, right? And then hold drawdown before the open. Okay, that's interesting. I need to maybe think about that. See if that was a missed option there. Maybe a little bit too cautious on the 5-minute break of structure. I don't think typically, no. This is good. The reason the trade worked is because that candle happened. If that candle did not happen, this trade won't work. You find this back up at stop loss, especially with no 5-minute structure here to protect stop loss. For GJ, would it be entry break of low? Yes, that would be the entry, you know, where you would put your entry, correct? Gold, not really a trade here. I don't think that was good. I was locked in, but the last 5 minutes didn't close below, so I got concerned. Next one, yeah, it definitely. Those are the reasons I didn't take it. So if I'm not taking it, definitely there are reasons for that. Obviously, now that it played out, it's gonna look better than it actually maybe was at the time. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything, because that's more important for me. Like, I always want to check, okay, did I miss something? I see gold setup to 30 minute. I noticed setup playing out a lot on 30 at least. Could have sold after a nice bullish pullback. You could have, yeah, if we're not looking to optimize this supports and resistances. You just can't have a break even on this. Like I said, I'm really trying to optimize for safer trades. Still not at a 1-to-1, but there is enough space for a 1-to-1. I mean, back here, when you would have sold the 30 minute, the 5 minute would have looked like this. This was the 30 minute close. Yeah. This next one is the 30 minute close here, this one. So at the time, everything is still bullish. You still have candles respecting supports. You probably be put off it. It was pretty smooth sailing afterwards, right? Yeah, London Open really gave the push. But would you have closed earlier than a 1-to-1? I don't think yet. Why? Because it didn't tap anything. It didn't tap anything. So you would aim at least for a 1-to-1, which is 78 pips. And literally, it was literally around a couple of pips from TP. So I don't think, like, for me personally, I would not close at the tip of this wick for no reason, right? Like, you'd have to time it perfectly. So I probably would have held that, if I'm being honest, because there was no reason there. Unlike GJ, you have a reason to close negative risk reward. You have a reason on GJ to close negative risk reward because of you reaching a support, even 500. Even 500. Gold is hard where it is right now, especially in the middle of the range. If you measure rejection low yesterday and the high retracement and just tap the 1 hour support. Yeah. It is, I mean, it had room towards the bottom of the range. Oh, we did tap the 1 hour support though. Yeah, okay, fine. There is a reason to close negative, but it started to push through it. Valid S1. That didn't close below for me. If it did, it would be a trade. Yes, that was my plan from the morning, but it failed to close below, so I didn't take it. It failed to close below. Quite clearly. Let me double check broker. I might have missed that, but for me, I doubt that it closed below on broker because of the way it closed there. Yeah, it closed above on broker as well. So for me, not valid. If it did close below, valid. Valid to get to here and see what happens. Honestly, if I took DAX before the open, I would have been break even. I would have been break even. Why? Because the open, I would have gone break even before the open, and the open would have opened up. I would have got scared. I would have got scared on the open up. A pretty frustrating week this. That's what I did. I think it's agreed. Why do you have shades on Zoom but not on YouTube? It's a special Zoom. You guys get special. Would you like me to change my shades? We can get you some goggles here. Would you prefer goggles? Let's go. Oh, this looks dope. Mr. Harry now. They have no cigar filter. What's this? Fuck is that, man? Loading. This is me in the charts right now. Loading. Okay. This is my new trading monitor. Look. Market conditions are changing? Nah, they're not. It's just been a very heavy tariff week. It's totally normal. This will happen throughout the year. If it's not interventions, if it's not something, it's just part of being a trader. It's just part of being a trader. You see silver yesterday? I didn't. What happened with silver, mate? What did it do yesterday? Dumping? Personally, would take the trades again. Not bad trades. Yeah, I agree with that. Did orange jump dump? Yeah, we need to check orange juice, guys. Thanks for reminding. Or up. There's an orange juice with a B. Arab orange juice. Or up. Man, orange juice is everywhere. Orange juice is everywhere. Let's see orange juice. Shit, man. Orange juice still dumping, bro. Man is an even further drawdown. Sheesh. I think you should trip and don't buy the dip. Buy the dip song is fire, it is fire. Oh, what to do now. Cooked myself. You're gonna win so much, you're gonna be tired of winning. Yeah, I think this is definitely, I think this is my worst performing week in about, gotta be at least 6 months plus. 6+ months. This is a pretty bad week. But this was more than a week. Oh, here's 3 losses in a row. Oh, that's bad. This was a shitty time. Look at that. That's 15 days of losses. 15 days of losses ain't fun, man. I tell you that much. Definitely not fun. Not losses every day, though. Really? Yeah, just basically, that was a rough time. That was a rough time. I basically took a loss and then no trades for like 5 days. And then the next trade after 5 days was a break even. And then again, a loss after freaking 5 days waiting for a trade. Another 5 days. Look how bad. Wow, this time sucks, man. Look how bad this is. This was like a loss and then 5 days no trades. And then I take a break even. And then another 5 days, nothing happens. And then another loss. And then another day waiting, a break even. And then the next day, another loss. And then after that, I go on a small loss. I take here 0.25%. But check this out. So after that period, I go on a take out this 0.25% loss. Okay, check this out. So that's a rough period, right? That's like 15 days of just absolute bullshit. Okay, I take a 0.25% loss, but after that I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trades. 10 trades in a row, no issues. You see that? 10 trades in a row. 10 trades in a row. So that's the thing. But most traders in this period, they lose their emotion, they lose their cool, they lose everything, and they get cooked. They get cooked. Yeah, this is a good thing. Have you analyzed what's your single most profitable pair in 2025? Yes, in 2025 it's DAX. It's DAX, it's DAX. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm not seeing much on the chart. We need this 15 to close bullish. Next close below with good close would be okay. Otherwise, something closing below is going to be here. Just a rough week, but we have next week to move strong. New York can work after news if there's volume. You just have to, it's a wait and see type thing. If it looks crap, don't force it, right? Don't force it. 15-minute below here, sells start to look good. If price really wants to start dumping, it looks good for sells. And that's it. And that's it. You know, that's what I'm going to be looking for here. That's what I'm going to be looking. You suggest try after news? Definitely don't trade before. I think would be too risky. But news is only 30 minutes after New York. And then if price just ranges for what's this called, till Powell speaks, then just leave it. But if it's moving trending, you can probably get a setup there. It's going to be dependent on that. But no, I appreciate everyone showing up. My apologies for the week. It happens in the journey. I've shown you examples before. We still come out on top. But it's not over. Something might come a little bit later. We'll see. If not, tomorrow is a stronger week. We have the whole month ahead. So I'm very happy about that. I'd rather it happen now than end of month and then have to recover it the next month. So I really feel better like that. I appreciate you all for showing up even though a little bit slower on my end. It's a pleasure to have you guys on stream. Take care, trade sharp, and hopefully catch you guys very soon. All right, peace. Much love. Peace. Oh shit, wrong one. Wrong one.